everyone, it's Nens, and welcome back to Tears of the Kingdom, where we just got the Master Sword. Look at that thing. Heck yeah. And there she goes. Bye, Zelda. Well, now that we're not gonna chase after her anymore, I had a couple things I was thinking about since last recording. Hi. So I'm about to tell you all of the fun things I had planned while I was recording, and I'm gonna say stuff like, I want to learn where the other memories are, and we're gonna go here and there and discover all these new wonderful things, and I'm super excited about it. The audio on my almost 3-hour recording of Zelda decided to unsync itself, and I can't get it resynced. So this episode is going to be a little different. You will see some of my gameplay. You'll see where I go, and I will just have to tell you in edit post, where I was going and what I was doing. Otherwise, you're going to get moments like this. Yeah. I couldn't get past it this time. So anyway, welcome to the video, and I hope you enjoy my a little bit strange journey through Hyrule. So first, I went to the Forgotten Temple and found the goddess fallen over. I examined it, and it said, "Oh, goddess statue of wisdom, updated. What is that?" I went and found Impa and told her, "Hey, Zelda turned into a dragon," and she goes, "What? I need to go back to my village and tell them what happened." I say, "Cool, see you there," and it's off to Kakarika village. I spent my time checking in with some of the villagers. I may have snooped in some diaries. I bought a ring garland, and I searched and searched for Impa, but she was not there yet. I remembered that this guy wanted to know what the slabs were talking about, so I decided to go to all the different ring ruins and look at the deciphered slabs. I fought some monsters along the way. Whoa! I wasn't intending to use my rocket that way, but sure. Read a translation. Apparently these guys were having an argument over offense versus defense, and I solved that problem, so woohoo! Read another translation, and after a lot of searching, finally found the last translation. I reported back to the fellow and told him about each translation, and it started to become clear that the slabs were depicting times before with Rauru and the other sages and what it meant to be a sage. We also discovered that it is wind, fire, water, and lightning, so looking forward to finding the Sage of Lightning. I checked in with the old lady at the shop to tell her that I solved the old codger's problem, and that finished a side quest for me. But in return, she gave me another side quest to follow the cuckoos. Maybe eventually I'll go do that one. But what I really wanted was for Impa to be there so I could go into the ring ruin that was off limits. But she still wasn't here. So I checked back at the Forgotten Temple and she wasn't there. So at this point, I have no idea where she is. I made a quick stop at the inn to refresh my health and noticed that the innkeeper wasn't there. Guess what? Another side quest. I had no idea that the dude sleeping on the stone slab was the innkeeper, and he wanted a hearty truffle. I didn't have any in my inventory at the time, but this guy told me where to find some over by a waterfall, so the search for a truffle was on. We found a cave hidden by the waterfall, and that's where the truffle was. We returned to the sleeping innkeeper and dropped the truffle on his face. Luckily, this is what woke him up, so hooray to another side quest complete. On the way to our next destination, I decided to mess with the Muddlebud, and this lovely moment happened. Oh, he's on fire. Someone in the comment section of one of my video actually helped me out with this one. It was a tower I was struggling with. I made a little roof, I leaned it up against the door, and I lit the sticker bushes on fire. It worked! I finally made it to Heteno village, and I knew exactly where I wanted to go first. I wanted to look at my old house. I snooped around quite a lot and found old pictures, including one of the crazy flower lady from the previous game and the golden horse that we already saw up in the snowy area. I also found Zelda's diary, so it turns out that this is actually where Zelda was living before the upheaval. Now, I think there's a solid theory here to say that maybe Zelda and Link were living together. What do you think? Her journal also talked about a secret place that she would go to be by herself, and lo and behold, I found it down a well. I also found a treasure box with her old hairband, as well as clues to where the champion's tunic is, so I'm gonna have to go get that next time. While roaming around Hateno, I found this giant group of people all wearing mushroom garb. I've definitely seen some people wearing this before in the game, so I thought, what the heck, let's go check it out. Introducing Cece. Now, first of all, this lady reminds me of the school teacher from Wind Waker, just thought I would throw that out there. But we find out that she's in a feud with this guy named Reed, and they are fighting over who's going to be in charge of Hateno's future. So here is where we begin with a very, very long side quest that I only did part of, and hopefully we'll go back to finish it. But essentially, I'm going back and forth between Reed and Cece and finding out all the different little secrets they have going on. We meet this guy named Manny who has a crush on Ivy. We go to the dye shop and find out that he's the one I have to give the fabric to. Plus he launches me out of a chimney, and that was pretty cool. Clavia, Reed's wife, is suspicious of her husband and doesn't know what he's doing, so we decide to break into a secret shed by finding a cave system underneath, and we find out that he's plotting to create a new kind of food to win the mayorship. Now that we know he's not cheating on his wife, he starts talking about a food that has a gooey mouthfeel and a signature aroma, and then he tells us to go up to a farm to check it out. I wonder what kind of food he may be thinking about. Also, I tried to track down his wife to tell her about what I found out, and she was in my house. Still have no idea why. I found out from Zelda's diaries that she actually helped make a school here, which was super cute to find out, so I went to go check it out. There was also this girl by a pond that lost a message from her great-grandfather in a bottle, telling her some sort of secret family recipe from the past. So of course I used my trusty log bridge and attached it to the bottle and grabbed it for her. Turns out the recipe was for cheese! She plans to mass produce it and make it the best-selling thing for Hateno Village. This also happens to be the food that Reed was talking about, and instead of giving me fruit or veggies or any other weird thing, he finally gave me money for finishing his side quest. Thank you! Even though there was still a lot to do in Hateno, I was ready to move on and try something a little different. I still didn't know where Impa was, and I wanted to continue the story, maybe find the other memories, so I decided to go back to Lookout Landing. Maybe there would be something different here. We've just done so much in the game so far, I figured we might as well come back and see if there's anything else that opened up. Oh, there's a Goron here now. Plus, I've been wondering, back when we saw the final tier memory of Zelda turning into a dragon, she talked about Minerva protecting Link, and some sort of spirit thing went into the Purapad. Pretty sure, hopefully I'm saying her correctly, but essentially it's Raru's sister. And it reminded me of a Poe, and I remember seeing this here. I don't know if that has any correlation, but it reminded me. I have a bunch of Poes from underneath in the depths, so we might as well try this. I still have no idea if that theory was correct about Minerva, but I'm glad we came back, because after talking to Purah's daughter, we actually found another main objective. We have to go into the depths and follow the statues in order to find this secret temple that this tablet is talking about. So look forward to that in an episode in the future. We found Hestu, and of course we had to upgrade all of our inventory because we had gathered so many seeds since the last time we saw him. Now I really wish I could share with you my reaction with all of this, because the dancing is one of my favorite parts, but the audio is just way too messed up, so hopefully I'll get to do this again for you in the future, but just know I didn't skip any of this. Next, we actually fixed a stable, and then we found out that a horse named Spot is missing. Next, we met a man named Wordsworth, I think that's how you say it, but he can actually translate the text that we found on the Flower Island, so that solves that mystery. We'll have to go meet up with him at Kakariko Village in the future. While searching underground, we talked to this woman named Jaren, and she claims that she heard a demon, so of course we had to check that out. Turns out it was the Wicked statue, and if you don't remember this guy from Breath of the Wild, you can actually talk to him and exchange hearts for stamina or vice versa. I decided to continue exploring underground, and it turned out that there was this huge cave system with all sorts of rusted weapons, different things to find, including the soldier greaves. Now, it's very possible that this underground place is actually Hyrule from the past, or catacombs, or what, maybe even a hiding place from the past, but this cave system seems to go all the way to Hyrule Castle. We're stuck in a cave, a very long one, mind you, and main reason why I've been in here so long, I think, is because I totally forgot to use Yunobo to break rocks. Don't forget that. Use Yunobo to break rocks. Anyway, next time, I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to find out where this cave is going. Hopefully, we'll get something good out of it. We've already gotten a couple really cool things, like the Soldier's Greaves, and we found the Cursed Statue, which is that demon thing that everyone was freaking out about. But this might lead into Hyrule Castle. We'll have to see. And that's it. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I know this was a weird one, but I hope that I was able to take a crappy hand that was dealt to me with the audio situation and turn it into at least a fun, enjoyable experience and get you all caught up before the next episode of gameplay comes out. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!